I want to be clear and I want to be blunt. In 1975, then Senator Biden voted against the evacuation of our Vietnamese allies. Had he had his way, we would not have gotten those people out. Fast forward, years later, in my last combat tour in Afghanistan, my executive officer was a Vietnamese American who was evacuated as a young boy. His mother worked in our embassy there. His father was in the South Vietnamese Army, was being targeted by the communists for taking a stand with the United States, for taking a stand for freedom. And that gentleman then went on to graduate number 2 at West Point and serve as my executive officer in Afghanistan. How many future Afghan families, how many great American contributions won't we have if President Biden doesn't act and act now? And I want to be clear. If he doesn't act and he doesn't get these people out, blood will be on his hands and on his administration's hands. And I, for one, will very publicly and very loudly hold him accountable for that. The time for talk, the time for debate is over. The Defense Department is accelerating its withdrawal. It plans to be out far sooner than September 11th. We're closing our only air base in just a few weeks, which I personally think is a strategic mistake. But here nor there, we have a moral obligation. We have a moral and national security obligation to get these people out. Evacuate them now. Find a third country. I don't care if it's in Qatar. I don't care if it's in the UAE. I don't care if it's in Guam. We've done it before. We can do it again. Get them out now. Do the paperwork, the processing, the appropriate vetting later. I don't know how to be louder in our support. You don't find many things in Congress these days that have such loud and vocal, bicameral, bipartisan support. The Defense Department has said they're ready to do it. The Congress has said they're ready to support it. The Afghans are begging. I can't even look at my phone right now with the amount of Afghans that are begging for help, saying, we stood with you. Won't America stand with us? And the only question is, where is the order from the White House? Where is that green light to do the right thing? And Representative Pro is absolutely right. The rest of the world is listening, whether they're their local allies in Syria, in Iraq, in Yemen, in Africa. You know, the war on terrorism isn't over because the White House decided it doesn't want to be in Afghanistan anymore. We are dealing with a generational war against extremism. It has spread all over the world. We will need local allies. And if we break this promise, if we don't keep to our commitments in Afghanistan, that will have strategic implications around the world. That blood that will be on this administration's hands will have an effect on American soldiers that are currently operating by, with, and through, as they should, our local allies around the world. So thank you all again for covering this. I don't know how to be any stronger in demanding action. We are running out of time. And when that last soldier goes wheels up out of Afghanistan, it is a death sentence for our local allies. The Taliban have made that clear in their words and in their actions as they hunt these people down